I am not a financial advisor. These videos are all meant for educational purposes only. All complete Trader Academy videos are my personal opinion and perspective. Trading carries a high level of risk, and all results are your own responsibility. Please always demo first. Hey everybody, welcome back to CTA's Daily Review. Today is Friday, September 22, 2023. Hope you had a good week here. So we had another bearish day, and we pretty much used that low as resistance. It didn't really want it to retrace and get into a higher area as far as a retracement goes, and use that inefficiency of price to also hold it down, and that low as a resistance. They're really pretty much trying to target that low. This is going to be the low of July 10, 2023, obviously. So we just took out August's, right? So head up for that, and there's an inefficiency on that week, on the week chart right here too. So we're not really getting any pullbacks like as far as what we would like to see. I would have liked to seen it bounce back up here to maybe a 50%, maybe wipe out some liquidity and then still continue. Still bearish, but at the same time, you can't expect it. This day was basically just like yesterday, on a smaller scale. So if that makes sense, they're just really trying to inch their way down with lower low and lower high, and dangling that carrot of coming back up. So I'm not saying we won't be back up here or anything, but I think their agenda is to grab that first. So let's go into a smaller time frame. It all makes sense more too. And then as we opened here, we had an inefficiency up here on the 5 minute. Let me go to a 5 minute because this is a 3 minute, I think. So you can see right here when we dropped, it's very similar to yesterday. You know, we had a it's basically like a consolidation day, but at the same time, you're still supposed to be looking for lower lows or lower pricing. So all the moves that are up are just fake moves, right? We're getting constantly held by those lower lows in the previous price action. So you had the inefficiency here. Didn't have to come any higher, but Nas and S&P did. So no really big difference between us and them. It's just what they're, they came up to their price action of yesterday and we didn't. And that's we don't know who's gonna do what, but we know that these both ideas are on the table, if that makes sense. So this inefficiency on a 5 minute, you can see we're coming right here at the 50% of it, pretty much not going past it. We don't want to, if it's bearish, you don't want to see it go more than that anyway, but you'll see it just speakered out. I mean, it's really just making a low and a high, and then a low, and then a high, and then a low, and then a high. This didn't break that. But I mean, really close, and then this made another lower low. So I wasn't trading the rest of the day. I gave up at around 11 o'clock, and had some things to do. I got a concert tonight. Had to go early and shave and stuff. But the thing is you don't want to be involved. I mean, if you want to sit here and trade all day, sure, you could have saw this sell, you could have saw this buy, you could have saw this sell. So that's why in Dow I like Dow, because I can track the manipulation really well with them. They don't honor as much as Nas and S&P. What that means is that we are more likely to speaker out. I keep calling it, and it's basically just taking out highs and lows and liquidity on both sides, confusing the market, but at the same time, just really wiping people out as they're going. And their agenda is to just wipe people out at the same time while they're still going lower. So that's what you had to have remembered. So with that said, if you look at this low here and this low, these two light green, forget these little, so these two light greens, which are going to be that low, and then the low we made yesterday. So what we did is when we opened up, let's go back, we opened up right here. See how the open lines right here? So we came up, we came lower. We did not take out that low. We came up, got into the inefficiency, and then London time created these highs, and what they're doing, they're really just creating a range. So price action at its standstill has its own like body of range. What I mean by that is I don't mean like this entire swing range. I mean like the price right here. So it's going to create price here, It's going to create price here, and they basically kind of reference each other from the past recent, which is still today. They plan on bouncing around like that, and you can pretty much see that we coming right back to that low again. We test it there. It's not that we're testing it; it's just more like using it um, as a reference, I should say. So, but again, you can still call it resistance. It is creating a resistance, even though I don't look at it as that. They can they're both right. Point of what I'm saying is that the price here, it bounces around each other. Like even when they made this low, we visited this price how many times? We left it. We came back once. We left it. We came back twice. Right. So and up here when we left here, we revisited it once, twice, three times, four times, five times, six times, and a seventh, right? So, and really it's just a speaker out, but this is what they're doing. So they're making you try to buy in here. So, they dangle that carrot of going up. And then they also create this liquidity point down here. So then we can come and take it as well, right? So, you have to use today as you're not trying to hit the home run for up here, even though it's Friday and I get it. We want a bullish day and we want to maybe get into this previous day inefficiency candle. Cool. But at the same time, you got to remember, man, it's a fast moving market. You're going to just kind of like here, like when we had these little pullbacks right here, only on the 50s, like just real small. This was even nicer delivery, or I like the way this panned out. But this is just a little bit tight and a little dirty. But so your two models here are either you're going to be trying to hit the home run and retrace all the way back up, which is not likely, or two, take your money in a fast market up and down and get the money, quick and trade each leg and, or a leg, and identify as many legs as you can in this little price action from here to here. So ceiling, floor, and price action coming in. So picture like a grid that's behind this screen, and it's really just right. It's just really doing that. It's just referencing all these points, right? So, what was the point of what I'm saying? So yeah, so just like yesterday, you can't really expect too much. You know what I'm saying? They're letting us know what the ranges look like. You should be happy with this range and take the profit. So I'm gonna go real quick to a smaller time frame. Well, I know people say they want to see just 1 minute because they don't have seconds. So I'll leave it at a minute. And then real quick here. So we have this liquidity here, right here, and we have liquidity here with the inefficiency, right? Some people I would have liked for it to come up here, right? But we didn't. The other assets did though, and well, I know Nas did, I believe. So when we hit this low, this is now 930. So when the price action's happening live, it shoots the price down. So you could, and you're in this lower low, lower high leg. Can't you see it? Even if I squinch this up, no colors. You see how this is a leg right here? See how it doesn't stop until it reverses? This is tricky. But that's still a lower low, lower high leg till here, right? And then from here, you can see that constant, boom, stops, because now we're hitting that here, and we're getting into that inefficiency, right? We're still in there, referencing it, and then take a look here. Price shot down here. So when you're here, you could have even sold it in. If you know what you're doing, you gotta be very experienced. Like I saw this happening, I decided to leave that alone, and then literally the price is. Let me open it up. Price is rushing for that low, which is our present low that we're dealing with. Yesterday's low, right? So because we're already next to it, right? So came right to it. If you're watching live price, and I'm not on 1 minute, I'm on a 10-second. But if I was to have been seeing this, and you get to see it hit this level, all right, it bounced back twice, came to it twice. I was easy on a smaller time frame to see it sneak in again, but at the same time, you'll put your stop loss here if you're trying to take this trade. If you're waiting for I don't advise you to do what I do. If you want to wait for it to range out and show you its hand for the first 30 minutes and let it do its thing, then feel free. That's what you should do. But me, I'm a quick mover. I'm taking this buy, taking it above here to this liquidity right here, and then as soon as, again, smaller time frame is a reason why I'm able to do it. But on this 1 second, you'd have to just watch this peak above, take this liquidity, and the price start coming back and retracing. I'll use that as momentum. You wouldn't really be able to get it any other way here. Price comes down right back to the original area, right? If we're gonna buy, we're gonna hope for it to expect a bounce. It's gonna either do two options. It's either gonna go through or it's gonna bounce from here. And obviously it bounced from here and here. Now once we're here, you only have two options. Either it's gonna go above or it's gonna go above and sell, or it's gonna go below. It's gonna be below it and sell. Sure enough, that's what it did, and it sold. So it sold, and it came and took out this liquidity. So it came down here for another leg lower. Okay, now we have liquidity here, liquidity here. We have wiped out liquidity again. We have this liquidity here with all that. What do? They bring it down. Once they shoot it down, they bring it right back up to wipe out. It's a shakeout day. So you have to understand, like even me, I even count these as sequence numbers. Like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can count all the way. I mean, until it's going to a direction. But once this raises the liquidity again, yes, you're looking for lower prices, but don't forget. I mean, we're gonna, they're going to manipulate this. So they're gonna see how they higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. Almost, not this one, almost. But see that, and then see lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower 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 low. So it's really speakering out, and it's controlling the market, right? So they're getting you in and out, right? So anyways, once this took liquidity, came right back to that imbalance, took out that liquidity. Look what happens when it takes out that liquidity. Shoots all the way back down. At this point, you can see that it's at a 50 level, right? So shook out here, shook out here. So you're trying to figure out where is it going to be going. But again, once the price comes below here, I only have one option. It's gonna buy from here, or it could come a little lower. But the point is if it broke here, there's only one option for me. It's buying. Once we come up here, I only have one option. If it went up above here, and it sold, right? And then here at the 50% level, it's either gonna come lower or it's gonna buy from here. So, and that's what it did. Bought up, boom, took out that high, boom, sell it right back. Does not take out this high. Does not take out. They make another higher low, another higher low, and they're trying. So listen, just the point. I'm not trading after this. The reason why I'm not fucking with this is because I know they're on some bullshit. I'm not about to chase them. I'm not about to keep playing their game, dude. It's you listen. You want to take the money in the first 3-4 moves and walk away. And that way, I promise you, fuck trying to hold it for a big run. Forget all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, it's better off. Now, if you're going to keep trading, you have to be patient and wait for it to do something different. Meaning, if it came above here and you sell it, great. If you miss it, then you wait for it to do something. It comes back here to a 50. This is the logic I would have. Take that buy up, which I did. I wanted to come up here. Listen, I know that it can still be bearish, but I'm still gonna try to see if it goes up. Now, once this is taking forever, it's bouncing and consolidating the same area. I'm like, bro, this is way too suspect, and they got this imbalance of price here. Plus, we have liquidity, and we are bearish. So I'm like, listen, yo, I'm not playing with you guys. I'm not playing with you guys. So if you're sitting there still watching and you want to trade, you got to be patient. But I would only take something once it reached back into here. I would only trade something when it gets back up into here. So I would only take this sell inside here because it's above that high. I would only take this sell here because it's above that high. I would only take this buy because it's right here. If this came to right here, then this would probably still be a good buy. If you notice the ranges, they are, and you don't need the whole piece of it. All you need is a portion of each leg, just a portion of it. You don't need all of it, right? So, anyways, then price from right here comes to right back here. Price from here comes to right back in here. Okay, so from here, price from here comes all the way down and takes out that low with that liquidity, with that, and beautiful. PM session rolls in and it takes out that liquidity. What do you get? Three drives. One, two, three. Okay, why people out from trying to buy? People gave up. They think it's going to sink. Boom, shoot all the way back up. Where did it go from this area after it took here? It didn't come down here. But what was one of the options? If it came down here, below here, that it would, okay, fine, manipulate, whatever. The point is, it still came all the way back up. And it took out that high. And it did not take out that high. But, I mean, pretty much damn near the same thing, right? But at the least, when you're here, you expect the price to probably retrace up. This happened fast, right? But look where it came. It wiped out all those people, and we're back in this zone again. How many times? And this green, this low right here. So how many times did it hit that low, right? So this is the not the strategy, but this is the actual framework or concept you're going to be using in a day like this, in general. But you're learning a ton here. And then look what the fuck, look what happened after it hit here. Yo, the bitch came all the way back down to get all these people right here. Unbelievably funny to me. It's a little funny, to be honest with you. But you see the logic from here. What is my option here? Either it's gonna go above and sell it, or it's gonna sell from below, right? And where would this go? It's either gonna come to here, back to here, or below it, right? So anyways, as far as next week goes, if I was to just kind of squinch this up, I'm thinking something like this, because if I'm taking account of the new quarter coming, I think they might just rush and just try to just get this over with. I should have probably did this on the daily. Whoa, hold on a second. I don't know if they're gonna come back up sooner, but let's just say they do this. You know, again, I don't know. I don't know. In this sense, let me just think about this for a second. That this is the October right there, so I'll move that. And I don't know if this is what's gonna look like. And let's just say this does this. Go into October, maybe a little bit lower, and then you get something like this. I don't know, honestly, but I'm looking for lower movement, and then we are expecting that quarter to shift back up, right? So if we get it, I don't know. If we don't, then I think this is gonna do this. All right. So, all right. I hope this helps. Have a good weekend. Take care. God bless.